don't have to do these questions in order, okay? So that way you don't have to all be in the same course. It asks you to look at the kind of facies typical of a submarine fan channel. Okay, remember we talked about those turbidity flows that can go down a channel and they can carry a lot of sand, right? So when you look at these sections in these two wells, it says here they're represented by A in the figure. So if you look at this figure, A points to a channel, right? So when you look at the interval I'm telling you to look at, I'm showing you what part of a submarine fan he's interpreted it to represent. Okay? Now, we have 4 wells that are in this area. So, you know, you've got 4 small little holes in this big area, and sometimes that channel, just like a channel in the river moves around, it's going to move around, right? So you might see it in one well at a certain time in geologic history, and then later, because the channel migrated over here, now we see the channel in this well, okay? So that's why when it asks you to look at it in 2 different wells, that's how it can be in 2 different wells, because it represents different times, okay? And so what you'll do is you'll look for this well, the speed well number 1, okay, which it turns out is down at that end. And you're going to also look at the gulch, and you're going to look at those 2 intervals. And what I'm asking you to do is to describe the features that you see. We're actually going backwards from what the scientists did. Because the scientists looked at all the core and looked at all the features, and based on all the geology they know, they said, okay, I think these features that I'm going to describe represent a turbidite channel. You haven't had that much geology yet, so what we're going to do is point you to the different facies, and I'm going to say, what do you see in here that's notable or remarkable that you see in this well? And then when you go look at it in the other well, you're going to see it again. Because if everything in geology were unique, I wouldn't be able to tell any story, right? So what I need to see is some kind of pattern that I can pick up, that every time I see it, I go, oh, hey, I've seen that 1,000 times, and I know that that's what a turbidite channel looks like in a submarine fan, okay? So that's what I'm trying to get you to do, is see some of these features by looking at the rocks, and all I'm asking you to do is make some notes on what did you see in this particular interval in these cores, okay? So